Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I'm ready to drop on you my updated Lightning Retaliation Wolf build for last Epoch, potentially the strongest companion in the game. We are already over 1300 corruption with non-min-maxed gear, which is absolutely crazy. Everything in this video is made on the online client. There's no offline editor, so everything you're going to be looking at is real. I'll cover every single facet of the build. Everything is timestamped in the description below if you need to bounce around. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Now, the first thing I want to showcase is the damage output of these Lightning Retaliation Wolves. They are absolute monsters. We are killing the training dummy. Crazy numbers. Now, I also want to showcase this. Those damage numbers you are looking at, and I'm currently at 1300 corruption. My gear is not min-maxed in any way. Again, we are on the online client. 1 LP Tyrant Skull, 1 LP Julras, Exalted Boots, Exalted Belt, non-rolled correctly Phantom Grips, 2 LP Tempest Maws. We're using a Fang. This should be an Evolution's End. 2 LP Mantle of the Pale Ox. Now my Howl of the West Wind is good. This is 4 LP. I'll give myself that. But when you're looking at the min-maxing of these could easily be 3 LP. This is the wrong amulet. We're still using double exalts. Looking at my gear to those damage numbers at 1300 corruption, like the sky is the limit on this build. So now let's actually check out some gameplay. What you're looking at right now is 1318, a little bit over 1300 corruption. Rift Beast destroyed. The skills we are using is we are manually attacking with Gathering Storm. We're using Summon Wolf, Frenzy Totem, Leap, and War Cry. And the build is very straightforward. You leap into the enemies, you drop War Cry, Frenzy Totem, and you use the Howl ability of your Roars. And then you want to attack every 5 or 6 seconds with Gathering Storm, and everything just gets disintegrated. It is crazy. And remember that this, if I had better movement speed or better boots, we'd be way faster as well. I haven't had a chance to fully min-max the gear yet, but the damage output is just crazy. As far as pushing corruption, this is the best build we have had for the season. I am just so surprised how good Lightning Wolves are. Also, I should mention, right now there is a bug with Permanent Bond and Wolves. So if you take Permanent Bond and T-Rex, you lose a wolf. So this build will actually be stronger, because once EHG fixes that, right now you have 5 wolves, you will have 6, which is a big deal. So just know that this build, just from bug fixing, is going to get stronger and stronger. You are going to love this. Abomination at 1300 corruption. Gone. Literally disintegrated. Abomination's 1300 corruption harbinger. Watch this. Smoked. Now watch the time it takes me to kill a Pinnacle boss Aberoth. You don't even have to move. Watch this. No slam. Nope. Sorry. He's just getting eaten alive. And again, we should have 6 wolves. Gone. Let me show you how to recreate this build. Now let's break down the skills, starting with Gathering Storm. And I forgot to mention something very important. This build does not need swipe. I know every Beastmaster build uses swipe. Not on this one. So what we are using is Gathering Storm. And know that the Gathering Storm tree is basically transferred to your wolves. So it kind of becomes a minion skills when your wolf uses it. First thing you want to do is come up and get Jolting Strikes and Tempest Weapon. This is going to boost your damage based upon using your one-handed axes. You're then going to come over here, get some attack speed and mana. This will take care of your mana for the build. You're going to get lightning penetration, more damage based upon your mana usage, more storm bolts while dual wielding. Your minions have a chance to create storm stacks, which they're hitting so frequently, even at 8% is all the time. And then you're going to come up here and boost the multiplicative damage. Moving over to Frenzy Totem. Frenzy Totem, you're going to take 25 base with an additional 20 base, so it's going to give you 45 to your companions. It's going to refresh the Howl ability. It's going to give your wolves 250% critical strike chance. It's going to boost their frenzy effect. It's going to further boost their frenzy effect. It's going to give them haste, and you're going to take health and duration. Amazing skill. I know a lot of people like switching out this skill for Maelstrom. I've tested it over and over again. Clear speed, it just feels so much better. But if you want, you can switch it out, your choice. Moving over to our Lightning Retaliation Wolves. Now, I know I'm going to get this question a lot, so I want to explain it at the beginning of the skill. Permanent Bond, again, is bugged. When you are using this with a T-Rex, you do not get the extra wolf. It actually screws up the entire thing. So just know that once EHG fixes this, we will be taking Permanent Bond, just not right now, because I don't want to tell people to use something that is not going to work. Okay? Now, a couple of notes that are very, very important on this tree. First thing you want to do is come to the right and get safety in numbers. This actually allows you to have a wolf pack. Without it, it will not work. You also want your wolves to have the cold tag because Warcry buffs cold minions. So because of that, you want to put 1 point into Tundra Stalkers. This will give your wolf the cold tag. You then want to come down and you want to get Storm Callers. This is going to actually turn them into Lightning Retaliation Wolves. So these nodes are very important, and they're all on different parts of the tree. Wolf Pack, Cold Tag, Lightning Wolves. So all down here. This node also, the reason why we are stacking attunement, you're going to get increased damage and increased health per your attunement on your wolves. This is also going to boost the base spell damage of your Storm Bolts attunement. And know that attunement or Storm Bolts used by your Lightning Wolves count as minion skills. So it basically turns this skill into a minion skill. That is why our damage output is just through the roof. Of course, we're taking multiplicative damage. We are boosting our Howl ability. We are taking Leap. And this tree has so much good stuff on it. Like, I wish we could also take the buff for Howl, but since we're going into Lightning, it's better just to get to more damage. Moving over to Warcry. First thing you want to do is come over to the right, and you want to turn this into a totem. Since we have so many points for minion skills, this is just going to give us a ton of extra skill points, and it goes off 3 times. You're going to come over to the left, and you're going to take Bringer of Winter. Again, this is why we want our wolves to have the cold tag. It's going to give them a 100% chill chance and an additional 100% critical strike chance. You want to come down here and get Cleanse. You want to take an additional 100% critical strike chance. That means Warcry is giving 200% crit, and Summon Frenzy Totem is getting 250. So that's 450% boost from your base. Absolutely crazy. You're then going to come down here, and you're going to get Haste and Frenzy Effect. And don't forget to make it where Warcry pulls enemies in instead of pushing them out. It just helps a lot with clear speed. Last but not least, Leap. Now, if there ever was a time you wanted to switch out a skill, Leap is never required. Okay, you could always switch this out for any other skill you want. That being said, what's great about Leap is, one, it's going to give you base damage, both spell and melee, which is awesome. But also your wolves will leap with you. So every time you jump, your wolves are literally right by your side. It is so nice and convenient. You're also going to be invulnerable. You're also going to leap more often. It's also going to cleanse and give you frenzy. So not a required skill, but when it comes to quality of life, it feels so much better playing with Leap. Those are the skills. Now we're going to talk gear. We're going to look at the blessings, idols, and items for this build, starting with blessings. Now, I say this all the time. Your blessings normally fill in the gaps for what you are missing on gear. Obviously, there's some great best in slot. In this case, we took max life, critical strike avoidance, fire res, physical res, and health regen. Now, if you could figure out your physical resistance and fire resistance on your items or on your idols, you should definitely take base armor and armor percent. I struggled a little bit with this. So right now we had to take resistances to get these all maxed, but just keep that in mind. When it comes to idols, this is the king idol. You want health percent and increased aspect of the shark. I'm using this on all 4. And again, the remaining idols just fill in the resistance gaps, and we took a little frailty on hit since we are manually attacking. And again, you'll see here, I'm at 4,600 life and maximum resistances. Now, looking at items, there is a required item for this build. This is Howl of the West Wind. This is your Lightning Retaliation helmet. You can't have squirrels because you have to use the helmet slot for your Howl of the West Wind. This build does not work without it, okay? That is what we are built around. The other best in slots, because I've kind of already showed you gear here, we are using Evolution's End. We are using double Tempest Maws. We are using Mantle of the Paleox, double Phantom Grips. We are using Brewmaster's Buckle, Foot of the Mountain, Julra's Obsession, and Tyrant Skull as our primordial. Now, a couple of things, because this question is going to come up a lot. To get an extra wolf, you do have to have a combined 100 dexterity and strength. So just know, since you are stacking attunement on this build, we're at 132 attunement. Don't forget that your dex and strength both need to be over 100, because in the passive tree, that's how you get an extra wolf. So if my gear was even close to this, I don't know how high a corruption we could go, but it'd be pretty crazy. So get yourself a Howl of the West Wind. Last but not least, let's talk passives. And we're going to be looking at the base Primalist tree first. We have taken attunement and resistances, strength and health regen, dual wielding, and health. And just remember, you could play with these points if you need more strength to get to that magic 100 number. We did not, so that's why we have 6 here instead of 8. Moving over to Shaman, we have 8 into Shamanistic Infusion. Attunement is how we scale our damage, and this is going to give us Cold and Lightning Penetration. And then 85 points into Beastmaster. I have messed around and changed this passive tree so many times. EHG, I think this is the best passive tree you've made, because there really is core decisions here. There is so much good stuff we didn't take because every node has some kind of benefit. But this is where we ended up. Yerson Strength for DR, Aspect of the Boar for damage reduction. We are going all in on Aspect of the Shark. This is the node I really wanted. This is minion attack speed and movement speed, but we did decide to pass on it. Health regen based upon your strength. We are taking spell damage based upon your strength. Storm bolts are a spell, so this does actually help with our companion's ability. We are taking 1 extra wolf, more into damage reduction with Aspect of the Boar. We're going all in on Aspect of the Shark, going all in on Aspect of the Shark, and giving Aspect of the Shark and Aspect of the Boar to our wolves. Critical strike chance with critical strike multiplier. 5 into Exemplar. This is going to give us our extra wolf if you have 100 combined strength and dex. 5 into Ancient Might. This gives us 1 to minion skills. Now, these final 10 points, Viper Fangs. These are the ones where technically you have 10 points to do what you want. You can come over here and put it into movement speed and attack speed. You can come over to Druid and you can get more attribute points if you want. Testing and playing around with these 10 final passive points, I have put it into my attack speed and my wolves attack speed, since we are using Gathering Storm as a melee attack, and you know, we have a wolf pack, it boosts them. This felt the best to me, but just know if you need more attribute points, you can come over here into Prowess. If you like the threshold node because your wolves are dying where they're immune, you can come over here to the chase. These last 10 points are yours, but I like Viper Fangs. All right, everyone, that's the build guide. What do you think of my new and improved Lightning Retaliation wolves? Is there anything I missed? Is there anything I can do to push this to the next level? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Of course, all of you think I've earned it. If I haven't earned it, I'm going to work harder for you. Don't forget to check out my new website, actionrpg.com. It's where we post all of our builds, leveling guides. We have more writers coming on, event calendar, news. We are now working with the team to bring APIs to the site. It is going to be very, very cool when it's done. actionrpg.com. Last but not least, don't forget to join the Discord. Over 5,500 members. We do game giveaways, movie nights, game nights, merch giveaways. Awesome place to hang out. Subathon is still going. Moving on to day 18. So we got all the shenanigans there as well. So check out the Discord. I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.